All right, we're looking at a little bit of help for operations with functions. Just that idea that if you're taking two functions and you're subtracting, and also some evaluation with those same operations. As far as evaluating goes, when there is a value inside of the function, it's really pretty straightforward. Just make sure you're paying attention to what it's asking you to do. In this case, I think it says f of -2, so I want to make sure I look at function f, and it says g of -2. I want to look at function g. Just start by plugging this number into that function. So I want to find f of -2. So that's 7 times -2 minus 3, which is -14 minus 3, which is -17. Then I want to find g of -2, which is -2 times -2 plus 5. So then that's 4 plus 5, which is 9. So now that I have those two values, I'm going to go ahead and do that operation. So it said subtract them. So I'm just going to think about, well, it just says -17 minus 9, which is -26. So f of -2 minus g of -2 is -26. So I do want you guys to write your answers back in the notation. So it should look like that. When it's not asking value, I just want you to take the two functions and just straight subtract them, or add them or subtract them, or just going to start make sure you look at the right function. What's going to be really important here is you're just going to go ahead and write down the function as it is. So f of x is just equal to 7x minus 3. So you're going to wrap these in parentheses. So then minus g of x, which is -2x plus 5, and wrap that in parentheses. So what we're really careful about what we're doing here is that it's all of this minus all of this. So one thing that's kind of helpful to do sometimes is to go ahead and distribute that negative into that second set of parentheses and just rewrite in the problem. So that's 7x minus 3. So minus 2x, so plus 2x, and then the negative times the 5 being minus 5. Oops. And so, and then we go ahead and combine our like terms. So 7x plus 2x and -3, plus -5, or -3 minus 5. So f of x minus g of x equals 9x minus 8. There you go. Okay, let's look at another example. Or dividing, functions. We just, or even, adding them. You do that. It's the same functions up there, just doing some different operations. So here I have h of 6 and g of 6. So again, just start, since it's an evaluating problem, just go ahead and evaluate each of those functions for that value. So, so h of 6 equals 6 squared minus 7 times 6 plus 10. So that's 36 minus 42 plus 10. 36 minus 42 is -6, plus 10 is 4. So that's equal to 4. And then g of 6, -2 times 6 plus 5 is -12 plus 5, which is -7. And that wants us to add those two. So I'm just going to say, well, now I have those two values, I'm going to add them. So h of 6 plus g of 6. 4 plus -7 is -3. So evaluate, and then do the operation. Here they want us to just, now here's no evaluating, it's just the two functions they want us to add together. So again, this more important part here is going to be wrapping each function in parentheses. So I have x squared minus 7x plus 10 wrapped in parentheses plus -2x plus 5 wrapped that in parentheses. So addition is kind of the easiest one here, because that addition sign, if I try to distribute, it's not going to change anything here. So this is one where it's kind of easiest to go through and look for like terms and just go ahead and add those or combine those. There's no x squared term to combine with, so it's not going to go anywhere. So h of x plus g of x. So we've got our x squared term, which didn't have anything to combine with, and we had -7x's and -2x's. So -7 plus -2 is -9. x's. And we have 10 plus 5, so 10 plus 5 is, of course, is 15. So there is h of x plus g of x. And I'll do one more with you. Or multiplying them, or even dividing them. So we're going to multiplication this time. Starting off again with evaluating. So again, that's pretty straightforward. You're going to evaluate that one. We're going to evaluate this one. And then we're going to do the multiplication. So g of negative 4. So negative 2 times negative 4 plus 5. Well, that's 8 plus 5, which is 13. And then f of negative 4, so f of negative 4. 7 times negative 4 minus 3. So 7 times negative 4 is negative 28. Negative 28 minus 3 is negative 31. Then it wants us to multiply those. So g of negative 4 times f of negative 4. 13 times 31. 3. That's 403. So it's negative 403. And then how do we just take g of x times f of x? Again, I want to grab that function in rapid parentheses. So I have 7x minus 3 and negative 2x plus 5. So how do I multiply these, right? That's double distribution. So 7x times negative 2x is negative 14x squared. 7x times 5 is 35x. Negative 3 times negative 2x is 6x. Negative 3 times 5, negative 15. Of course, we have like terms here in the middle combined. So g of x times f of x, or negative 14x squared. 35 plus 6 is 41, so plus 41x, and then minus 15. There we go. Operations with functions, not too bad. Good luck.